Hey there, my name is Lauren Lemunyon, otherwise known as the Spitfire Coach. I'm a professional certified coach with over 2,100 hours. I've worked with over 300 professionals from Fortune 100 to independent business owners. I've literally heard it all. I'm taking on the questions that you may not feel comfortable asking your colleagues or even the person you live with. These are the things that are keeping you up at night, things that are frustrating you, the things you need help with. So if you have a question, feel free to email me at lauren@spitfirecoach.com. Today, we're talking about workplace culture. Specifically, how do you have influence in changing it? So when we think about workplace culture, it's how we feel in the organization we're working with. So our colleagues, the type of work we're doing, our mission, our values, our outputs, our productivity, all of those things factor in to the overall culture. So when we have clashes or friction, it's usually because we have an expectation that may be different from what's happening. Or maybe someone else in our organization has a different expectation of what we expect. So we first have to start with, what is it that you want out of where you work? What is it that you expect out of the job you're doing? Where are our pockets of influence? So who are we aligned with? Who do we have an allyship with? And where do they have influence? And so what we can start to do is chart a course of influence. So if we don't particularly have influence, who may have it? And beyond and beyond and beyond. Now, what I typically see is that there is a lot of dysfunction in organizations. It just happens. There's a lot of personalities, there's a lot of assumptions happening, and there's a lot of friction and conflict that happens as a result. So the first step is to check in with yourself. Are you taking good care of yourself? Are you taking breaks? Are you communicating? Are you being honest with yourself? Are you being reasonable and realistic? And then think about the people that you come most in contact with. The people on your team, your vendors, your customers, the people that you're frequently communicating with. That ends up being your immediate ecosystem. And then beyond that is a secondary ecosystem. So who are the people that you're reporting out to? Who is creating priorities beyond you? So ecosystems talk to each other. And whenever you talk about workplace culture or conflict, you have to first start with the things that are closest to you. So where do you have the most control, the most influence? It usually starts with yourself, and then the people closest to you. Be clearer. How do you be more consistent? How do you have accountability? How do you celebrate? How do you acknowledge good things? How do you shift that initially to create the momentum to shift things that are outside of you? So start small, be consistent, be clear, and most importantly, take care of yourself. More now than ever, we absolutely need to take care of ourselves. And then you can start to shift things outside of yourself. But don't jump it. It doesn't end well. I hope this was helpful. If you have a question, hit me up at lauren@spitfirecoach.com.